Well, guys, another year has come and gone. We're finally in 2024, and this year is going to be a pretty eventful year for me. Probably as more busy as last year. And what are my thoughts on 2023? Well, it's interesting to talk about. Like, there's lots of stuff that happened last year. I won't go through all of them, but I'll probably go through the more important ones. So yeah, but before we start this, I'd like to wish you all a happy new year, and yeah, it's finally 2024 and 2023 is finally over. So yeah, so where should I begin with 2023? Like, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Like, this is probably the most eventful year that I've had, period. But there is one thing that I won't talk about, and don't even ask why, because I don't feel comfortable talking about it, because that's personal to me, so I won't go into details about that, because that's just for me. So if you ever ask, then don't bother. So anyways, 2023, I have mixed opinions about this year. Like, most of the year was good, and some of it was bad. And there is one incident that I did refer to, but I'm not going to go into detail about it because it's private information, and sorry, it's private information, and I don't really feel comfortable talking about it. But another con I have with this year is back in June, my auntie died. Apparently, she had like cancer, which I think she got it in October, but I didn't find out until the beginning of this year. Which, when I heard that she had got cancer, I was really shocked. Like, and she was on my dad's side, and she died back in June. And do you know what the ironic thing is? That her name was June as well. And apparently she died on the 7th of June, and yeah, it was really sad. But even though she's not alive anymore, her spirit will still go on. And sorry I didn't tell you guys about this a lot sooner. It's just, I just want to save it for this video, that's all. So yeah, it's not the first time my dad lost a few family members. Like, he also had a sister a long time ago, but she died way before I was born. And obviously, my grandparents on his side are long gone as well. So, like, my granddad died way before I was born, and my granny died like nearly 8 years ago, which I think some of you are aware of that. So yeah, and another con that I have with this year is let me think. Like, this year was probably stressful for me, particularly school. Like, school was a pain in the butt this year. Like, I had lots of terrible times this year, but there is one incident I won't talk about. But I keep struggling with my lessons. Like, I'm in LCA, right? And some of the lessons can be, well, some of them can be good and easy, but most of them are just a pain in the butt for me. Like, I think the hardest one for me is maths. Like, out of all the subjects in my LCA, I think maths is the hardest. So yeah, and there are quite a few subjects I'm struggling with, but at the same time, coping it really well. And the subject I'm doing really well at the moment in my LCA is let me think. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm trying to think. Maybe, I guess engineering is alright, but at the same time it can be hard as well. But I'm doing really well in engineering, and at the moment I'm making a dump truck, which we started at the very beginning of when we came back, and it's currently still in production. All I need to do is get the headlights done, and then I'll be done with. And when that's done, I'll definitely show you guys. So yeah, and I'm not going to go into more school details because, yeah, you probably don't want to know all those stuff. And yeah, whatever cons did I have with this year? Um, cons. I think that's it for cons. I don't really have much to say about the cons, to be honest. So I think we'll leave it at that. And positives, oh god. I think there's more positives in this year than negatives, I think. Even though this year was a mixed bag, I still found a few good things about this year. Like, my 18th birthday was really good. Like, I had a really good 18th birthday this year. Probably the best one that I've had, I think. So yeah, my 18th birthday was good. And oh yeah, and it was also the first year I turned into an adult. So that was exciting. Well, for the first year being an adult, it's a roller coaster ride. I don't know what this year will bring, but we'll have to find out in the next 364 days. So yeah. And I also started drinking beer this year. Like, I haven't been doing it every night. No. Like, I've been doing it on occasions, when I'm on holidays or special events or parties. And the main drinks that I usually drink are Blue Wicked and Shandy's, which is the Carlsberg, which is basically Carlsberg, but you put 7-Up into it, which that's really good. Those are the two main ones that I had. And if I have to pick a favorite out of the two, then probably the Blue Wicked. Yeah, that was nice. And I started drinking that back in June, and I started drinking the Carlsberg in April. So yeah. And what else? Oh yeah, I went abroad for the very first time back in August. Like I went to Lanzarote, which again I'm sorry I didn't tell you guys a lot at the beginning of the year, which I think I should have. But the next time I go on holidays, abroad, I'll definitely tell you for that. And I wish I could have done a lot more on my holidays. Like, I wish I could have done vlogs, which I did do a lot of videos on it, but I didn't bother uploading them. Aside from the tours of the rooms and the games that I played when I was there. That was basically it. But other than that, I had a really good time in Lanzarote. Definitely recommend going there. And I went there at the very end of my summer holidays, which was good because I'd be going back to school then, and it was a nice way to end off my summer holidays for 2023. And speaking of summer holidays, I did a lot of stuff during the summer. Like, I think the summer was the most busiest of them all. Like, I had lots of stuff going on, like, obviously I was working, but I got to see quite a few movies during the summer. Like, I saw Elemental, what did I see? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, The Haunted Mansion, which honestly I didn't like that. Transformers, Rise of the Beasts, you name it. So yeah. And I also went to Dublin Zoo back in May with my swimming club, which that was fun. So yeah. And what else? Oh yeah, I started doing Zumba and kickboxing in F-Boy at the beginning of last year, which a few of my friends recommended me to do it, and I was like, why not? I'll give it a try. And at the end, I loved it. I loved them. I mean, they're not perfect by any means, but I still enjoy doing the Zumba and the kickboxing. And yeah, and what else should I have to say about this year? Oh yeah, the movies. Like, there's quite a lot of good movies that came out this year. Like, I know it came out in 2022, but Puss in Boots: The Last Wish was really good. And I haven't seen Ruby Gilman yet, but I've heard it's really good. Maybe mixed, but it looks good. And there was Wonka, which was really good. Um, Five Nights at Freddy's. Um, we also had oh yeah, they brought back Indiana Jones and the Transformers, which were really good. And we also got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Yeah, a lot of them. But who could forget the Super Mario Bros. Movie? Like, it's not just the best movie of 2023, but it's my favorite movie of all time now. Like, you probably seen my title. Like, they don't call me Mario Bros. Movie fan for nothing. Like, that's literally my number one favorite movie of all time. Like, I love the movie so much. Like, I basically collect most of the merch for the film. Maybe not all of it, but the merchandise is really good. And I saw it 3 times this year, well, in the cinemas. First time was with my youth club, second time was with my family, and the third time was with a friend of mine. So yeah. So definitely, like, I was gonna see it 3 more times, but people said that'd be too overkill for me, so yeah, I rejected that idea. So yeah, and and they're also going to be making a sequel to the movie, which can't wait for that. Which that's not going to come out for quite some time now, so don't be expecting it a lot sooner. Which which during Christmas we will be getting Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which it's currently in production, but we'll have to wait until sometime this year for actual promotion and an actual trailer to come out. Which I find the release date for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 to be ridiculous. Like, why are they gonna release it in December? Like, I think they could have released it in where should they when should they release it? They should have released it in maybe the summer. Like, I think they could have, but no. They just had to choose December for some reason. Like, they were gonna release Avatar 3 this year, but again that was rejected and pushed back to next year. And instead they're releasing Sonic the Hedgehog 2. No, sorry, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Which I don't really have a problem with movies coming out during Christmas time, but I think December is going to be a long, long wait. Like, we have to wait for like 11 months for that film to come out. So, yeah. And what else? I don't know, to be honest. I think I said all the pros. Oh, yeah, sorry, stuttering again. Oh yeah, I also got another job for my work experience, which I'm not gonna tell you much, but I work in a restaurant in a hotel, which I'm not gonna tell you the name of the hotel because that's personal, but I work in a restaurant in the hotel, and well, it's kind of a bar and a restaurant at the same time, but I'm finding it pretty well actually. Yeah, it's not half bad. Um, what I do in that job is basically I am clean tables, and when the customers are done, I usually take their plates and then clean them, and yeah, it's pretty good. I started working there back in September, and ever since then, it's not half bad, if I do say so myself. So yeah. Oh yeah, and I do have another con for this year, which was back in November. Like, it happened on the 23rd of November back in Dublin. Like, there was this man that just decided to stab. Sorry. He decided to stab a few innocent people for no reason, and because of that, there were like huge riots or whatever you call it in Dublin. Like, people were going crazy over it. Like, they were destroying cars, setting buses and luces on fire, and destroying properties. And some people got injured as well, which that must have been terrifying. And that also happened on the day before the toy show. You know, with the new presenter and all that. Like, why did it happen on the night before the toy show of all nights? Like, that must have been a traumatizing experience. Like, I feel sorry for those victims that are probably going to have to face for that for the rest of their life. And I'm probably going to be traumatized when I go to Dublin City now because what happened. So yeah. So again, I send my respects to those people, but thankfully they didn't get killed. Like, thank God for that. But they were seriously injured. And as for the man who caused it, well, he's in jail now, so we don't have to worry about him ever again. Like, I don't think I've seen Dublin like this in a long, long time. Like, that was probably the most violent night in modern Ireland history. Like, I don't know when was the last time we had it prior to that, but yeah. I'm glad I wasn't in the antics of that. So, yeah. So, yeah, my final thoughts on 2023. Well, again, it's a hit and miss year. Some parts of it were good, and some of it were just a punch bag to me for the most part. Especially that one incident which I shall not talk about. Because, again, obvious reasons. So, yeah. And what are my plans for 2024? Well, that's a good question. This year is probably going to be even more busier than last year, I think. Like, this year is the year I finally graduate school. Like, in May, I'll be finishing up. And I have lots of exams coming up with which they're all in June, and I'll be going into college later in the year, and I'm hoping to get a girlfriend. Like, I did try last year but failed. I don't think I should have told you that, but I was trying to get a girlfriend but failed last year. But hopefully this year I'll have my hopes up. But fingers crossed. But I won't go into further details about it because, yeah, it's just personal for me. But that's the only information I'm giving is. So don't ask for any more, okay? And I'm hoping to get a car of my own. And if I do get one, then I might show a picture of it, but I'll have to uncover the license plate because, yeah, you're not supposed to show license plate to other people because you never know who's looking at it. Like, it could be some idiots who are trying to try and find my car and carjack it or anything like that. So I have to be extra vigilant with it. And my other hopes for 2024, I'm hoping to get out more. Like, last year I was very cope worthy last year, so hopefully this year I'll be a lot more active. And I haven't really been uploading a lot of videos last year. Like, I may have uploaded a few videos last year, but not really a lot. But that's the point, guys. Like, last year I didn't upload a single thing that I usually do. Well, Not all of it, but I haven't uploaded a what do you think about this character or what movie you've seen in theaters. And I haven't done any DVD menus last year, which was unfortunate, but since I'm leaving school this year, I'm hoping to do a lot more of that in the summer, but fingers crossed for that. And speaking of the summer, I'm also going to Debs for my school, which is on the 6th of August, and I can't wait for that. So yeah. And if you're wondering if I'm going to be doing a vlog for the Debs, then no. That's just for my school. That's just my own business. So if you ask if I'm going to be doing a video on the Debs, then no, I'm not. And yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about 2023. Like, it was a really hit and miss year, but at least it wasn't as bad as in 2020. Oh, don't get me started on that. But it's not as good as 2022 either. Like, 2022 was a great year, but this year is on the same level with 2021. So, yeah. But hopefully 2024 will be a big improvement. Well, fingers crossed, but we'll just have to wait and see. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I also forgot to mention that at the beginning of last year, like, like, it was on the third day of 2023 when I was seeing I Want to Dance with You, which was in Odeon and Blanchardstown, and when I was walking out of the cinema, I saw two lads fighting outside of Blanchardstown shopping center. Like, I don't have any evidence of it, which that was almost a year ago now. But I saw two lads fighting, and one of them took his shirt off, and the other guy, which he literally beat the crap out of the guy with no shirt. Like, I wish I could have recorded it for you guys, but unfortunately I couldn't, because my parents said no, and they just told me to keep walking. And yes, I was with my family that day, and I was pretty traumatized of what I experienced. Like, I wasn't involved in the fight, but if I was ever in the situation like that, then I'd probably be traumatized for life. Especially if it was more serious, if, like, you never know what they have. Like, they might have a gun or a knife with them, and you never know what to expect. But I don't think the guy had any weapons with him. I think he just used his fists for the fight. But I'm not going to go into more details. And even if I did upload it, then it'd probably get lots of views, not going to lie. But I'm not planning to do videos like that, but if I do come across it, then I'll think about it. But if I do that, then there's probably going to be evidence for the police, so... So yeah, I don't really have much to say about this year, to be honest, and... Also, I'd like to hear what your thoughts on 2023. Do you agree with me, or do you think it's a hell of a lot better than 2022? I'm interested in hearing your thoughts in the comments below. So yeah. So that's all for now. Stay tuned for some more videos coming up soon. And this is me signing off. And Happy New Year!